It started with a kiss, and it went on from there. Chris Jasper on Bedtime Stories. Yes, I'm in live. No more echo, 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 echo. This is live, live. Anyway, sorry about that. Just coming from the watch party for Jesse Jackson Jr. Unfortunately, he did not win. He conceded at about 9 o'clock this evening. I was there to see it. But I have to say this, he fought the good fight, just like his father. He fought the good fight. And I believe that it's not over. It ain't over. It ain't over. This is Bedtime Stories. WOSD Radio DB Chicago. WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, taking you from the 8-track to the latest app. WRLN Radio. WBOE, the best of everything. And myjamradio.com. Oh, shit.
McDonald and Biggs and the team from Big Radio Chicago at the VFW Post 360, 1307 East Jefferson Boulevard in Mishawaka, Indiana. Sponsored by Smokehouse Barbecue, located right in the heart of the city, Indianapolis, Indiana. 5502 Emerson Way. They're serving up the flavors. I'm talking about fall of the bone ribs, tender rib tips, juicy links, and all of your barbecue favorites. Don't forget about the sides. Sides without barbecue. I'm talking about homemade greens, creamy mac and cheese, fresh coleslaw, potato salad, and those famous baked beans that will keep you coming back for more. Let Garrett Smokehouse Barbecue cater your next event. Call them 317-722-0506. And hey, tell your nighttime girlfriend Kim Patterson to see Garrett Smokehouse Barbecue, 5502 Emerson Way, open 7 days a week. You can't beat that. Call them 317-722-0506. Real smoke, real flavor, real. U.S. Public Adjusters, a team of licensed public adjusters based in Valparaiso, Indiana, serving clients in Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan. U.S. Public Adjusters' primary role is to advocate for homeowners and business owners who have suffered property damage from events like storms, fires, floods, water leaks, and other disasters. Unlike the adjusters sent by the insurance companies who work to minimize payouts, we work exclusively for you, the policyholder, to maximize your insurance claim settlement. We typically help to conduct a free, thorough inspection of the damage of your property. We document all losses in detail, including hidden or overlooked issues that insurance companies might miss. We handle all the paperwork, estimates, and negotiations with the insurer on your behalf. There's no upfront cost to customers. The service from U.S. Public Adjusters can often result in a significantly higher payout than what clients would receive on their own, helping them rebuild faster and more completely. U.S. Public Adjusters, the superhero, fighting the big insurance companies for you. Call 219-219-8772 or email them at officeuspa@gmail.com or go to their website at www.uspaclaims.com. Call us today. We got you.
They got you. All right? Okay. It is time for foreplay. It's going to be the quickest show ever, right? They were originally known as the Charlemagnes, but they took on another name called the Blue Notes in 1954, consisting of Franklin Peaker, Bernard Williams, Roosevelt Brody, Jesse Gillis Jr., and Harold Melvin. The group recorded a couple of cuts, but nothing really stuck. Their song "My Hero" was a minor hit. Uh, "Get Out and Let Me Cry," but none of them were big hits. Well, in 1970, they recruited a guy by the name of Teddy Pendergrass, who was the drummer for their backing band, and of course, a member of the Philadelphia R&B group, the Cadillacs, not to be confused with the other group. And he was promoted to lead singer when John Atkins quit that same year. So from 1972 to 1976, they hooked up with Gamble and Huff. Kenny Gamble heard Teddy Pendergrass sing, and he said, "Hal," talking to Harold Melvin, he called him Hal. He said, "Hal, this is your lead singer." And the rest is history. Teddy ended up going solo and blowing up, as the kids say, only because they wouldn't change the name of the group to Teddy Pendergrass in the Blue Notes. I miss you, baby. Blue doot, doo doot. Miss you, miss you, miss you. But my aim is getting better. Yo, Angie, I was hoping that I could report some good news from the Jesse Jackson camp, but I did get fed twice. Miss you, miss you. So the beer at Haven. Now I understand now why Norman can basically give away the place. Not charge. It's like he doubles the money on the drinks. That's what happens. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. I'm like, oh, okay. One bottle of Corona, $7. I was like, oh, that's how he does it. I'm like, because my birthday party was. I'm not even gonna say how much mine was, but I will say this: it wasn't as expensive as other parties that I've heard about. It's like, oh man, we paid $1,500 for the place. 15. Yeah, that wasn't including food. That was another $200-300. I'm like, oh, so they just gonna open the spot and let you all do your thing, but you got to bring in your own food. So I'm like, oh, that's how that goes. So, but I'm not complaining because I didn't have to pay for it. Well, I had to pay for the drink. I'm like, dang. Um, $3.74 a gallon for gas. Gas is going up. There's only one reason why gas is going up. He stays in the White House. It's that orange guy. Shout out to Ron Baker Jr., who was the MC for the night. I've never seen Ron so nervous in my life. Ron usually gets in there, tells a few jokes, it's funny as hell, and leaves. Well, today he was he was nervous as hell, and I'm like, you've been doing this for 40 years, and you nervous? He had a couple of drinks. I'm like, calm down and go drink some, drink you some Henny and slow down. You know, and he had a couple of drinks and still was like jittery. I'm like, dang, bro, you all right? I guess because there were so many dignitaries there, Bobby Rush and others, that he was just kind of jittery. I was like, okay. It didn't matter one way or another to me. I'm used to it. I'm used to being in a room full of famous dignitaries. I mean, over and over again, I've been in the room with, the big wigs, you know, you know, um, three mayors, Daley, um, Lori Lightfoot, and of course the current mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Didn't freak out, but he was just like Ron. Ron was on 10. I'm like, dang, idle down. I'm like, it's gonna be all right, man. Just tell a few jokes and keep it moving. Don't let these people get to you, man. Bobby Rush was there, and I was like, hey, I just knew he was gonna win by a landslide. But some people attribute his loss to um, his comments that he made about Obama and the other presidents. I don't think that was a factor. You know, I'm thinking, no, that shouldn't have been a factor. But some of the numbers haven't been counted yet. So, the TV people were still there, hoping that, something else would come in, so. Needless to say, a lot of people were disappointed. And, they were sitting around trying to figure out how he could have lost, you know. They had political, excuse me for yawning, I didn't have a nap. Political strategists, just po- politicians, people of all walks of life. And he didn't win. I was like, you know, people were really disappointed, and rightfully so. You know, will he be pointing fingers? Possibly, and possibly not. What could he have done differently? And who is Donna Miller? you know, who is this Donna Miller lady? Where'd she come from? So, so, and I don't know. People were with him. You know, um, who was that made? Bobby Rush made a comment tonight. Said he was uh, sitting and having, I think, lunch or something with Jesse, and he asked people around him. It's like, would you vote for Jesse Jackson Jr.? And they said yes. And people next to him on the other side, would you vote for Jesse Jackson Jr.? He said, yeah. People in front of them, would you vote for Jesse Jackson Jr.? And they said yes. You know, my thing is, whatever he did in the past was the past. He really didn't do anything wrong. Him and Blagojevich, to this day, I still don't know what Blagojevich did to go to jail. I just don't. So it is what it is. And for whatever reason, he didn't win. And for whatever reason, a lot of us are really disappointed. Really disappointed. You know, it was supposed to be a victory party. It really was. But unfortunately, it wasn't. So, you know, he even said what I did in the past, I was younger then. But they were more sympathetic to his brother Jonathan. So, so, but shout out to Norman Bolden for opening the doors. Um, as always, you know, Norman will open the door to anyone. You know, it ain't about money. He got money. He has no kids, so he got all the money, all the money he could count. I think if I hadn't had 8 kids, I'd have some money too. Yep, if I'd have kept mine in my pants, I'd have had some money too. Who is Donna Miller? Yo, Angie. Now, what you doing up this late? Your husband let you stay up this late? Such a hard thing to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Me too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you still there?
Nope, I'm at home now.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing some well, all right, I'm gonna give you the other box. So I'll be there in shit. I'll be there in like less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get off the highway, so it's even better. So I'm gonna go to your house now.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
All right, cool.
Wrapping up foreplay on Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, featuring Teddy Pendergrass and Sharon Page here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, thank you so much for waiting for me to get in. I don't know if you guys waited. I know my sister, she waited. She knew where I was tonight. So therefore, she waited. And I appreciate it. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Like I said, wrapping up foreplay on Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Teddy was, of course, the breakout in that group. And boy, oh boy, was he. He went on to superstardom while Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes kind of, I hate to say it, kind of fizzled out. Several lead singers tried to fill Teddy's shoes, but just couldn't. Thank God we had Teddy. It's your peanut butter brother, also known as Dr. Al Greer, operating on these fine radio stations. Here's the first of two in a row from Isaac Hayes. This is Close to You. and I'll be back. I'm back.
What's the matter with you? We're thinking undiagnosed concussion, but it could be anything, really. But have we blown the reaction to this kids camp out of proportion? Nobody was shaming them. They thought it was funny.
Everybody was shaming them, Harvey. That's crazy.
It was just funny. They weren't judging. Oh my God.
Yes, they were. Absolutely.
Harvey. All right, we don't have time to explain society to you, so we're going to move on to something else.
So, good luck, kiss cam lady. You are so brave to share your story.
I am really sorry that you had to go through that.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to talk about it.
We love you!
What are you, GMC Carnival?
Too much. Whew. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good enough for you.
Absolutely. More than good. Gooder than good.
I know you love that part.
Gooder than good, boy. Thank you.
I ain't got that in Chicago.
I'm sure. I'm like, well, wait. Because, I used to go to the, the pantries when I was over on 80th and Aberdeen, and they didn't have half the stuff that you got in here. So I'm like,
Like I say, just put it out there, brother.
I can.
Motherfuckers know. Like, you ain't got to tell nobody your business, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just let them know, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Chicago, they go to sleep.
Yeah.
Me and Wes ain't been doing nothing in Chicago,
Oh, yeah.
but I ain't sleep though.
I know that's right. Stay woke. All right.
I got you.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Later.
Later.
Whew. I'm guilty. Football. Just on TV, Pat. Never seen a. I've never wanted to see a Diana Ross performance ever. I don't know why. I wasn't a big fan of hers. I saw her on New Year's Eve, Rockin' Eve, two in a row from Isaac Hayes, as I ran downstairs to get some food, a box of food, a big box. Thank you, Demetrius Boss Man. I appreciate it. And hit him up on Facebook if you need a box of food. Non perishable items, no doubt. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Pat Westbrook asked me, have you ever seen Diana Ross perform? And the answer is no, only on television. I've never wanted to, excuse me, I have never been a fan of hers, since she broke up the Supremes, you know. Cindy Birdsong was a member of Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. So when Florence left the Supremes, Diana Ross got Sydney Birdsong from Patty and the Bluebells. Patty's still pissed about that to this day. So I haven't, needless to say, I haven't been a big fan of. And Diana Ross did not like Gladys Knight. She asked Barry to take her off the tour because she was showing up Diana so badly. I'm just saying. Are all of the temps and tops replacements? Any original left? There is one original in one of the groups, and that would be the Temptations. Otis Williams is the only original member of the Temptations. Unfortunately, all of the Four Tops are gone. Abdul Duke Fakir, Levi Stubbs, Ronaldo Obi Benson, and oh my God, what's the other guy's name? Oh, what's the other? I can't. Well, one of the guys in there is a son of one of the original members of the Four Tops, so that doesn't count. But Levi, Obi, Duke. Anyway, there aren't any. None left. That's it. Otis is the last man standing in the Temptations. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, Luther. I'm going to have to cut you off. But I'm going to start the show tomorrow with that song because it's really love. That's it for me. Sorry about the echo earlier, but I wasn't here, so I figured I would come in and clear it up. So I hope that clears things up. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Pat Westbrook. Good night to my sister from another Mr. Angie Martin Turner, and everybody else. And you too, Monique. I forgot to have the timer on. It already cut me off. Anyway, no, Pat, I've never seen Dinah Ross perform, nor have I ever wanted to. All the temps and tops are gone except for Otis, who's in the Temptations, and that's about it. Why can I think of the fourth one? I hate to look it up because that's cheating. But that's okay because I can't remember his last name. So therefore, the Four Tops. Levi, Ronaldo Obi Benson, Abdul Duke Fakir, Lawrence Payton is the one I couldn't think of. Lawrence Payton, his son, is now a member of the Four Tops. That's Lawrence Payton Jr. But yep, Levi, Ronaldo, Duke, and Lawrence are all gone. All gone. They they wanted to break them up. They wanted to break the group up because, and I'll tell you why. They figured that Levi was he was the lead singer, so therefore people only came to see Levi. And that was it. They came to see the other guys, dance in step. That's about it. Temptations had the moves, for each song. But unfortunately, the Four Tops missed those days where they, had to learn how to dance from Charlie Atkins. So, yep. So therefore, that was it. Um, all of the other groups, they, they had to go to what they call finishing school. You know, the dances, the women had it worse because they had to go to charm school and they had to learn to get in and out of a car without showing their ass. Of course, Diana Ross never mastered that. So therefore, she got out of the car ass first. Yeah, she wasn't as endowed as she is now. So, yeah, she had only had one child. So, the other two, Mary and Flo, they learned perfectly how to get in and out of a car. Dinah wasn't feeling it. She was like, I'm going to back out. Like everybody, like everybody's not supposed to. Diana could not stand Gladys Knight. We're off the air now, so I can tell you what was really said. Diana said, "Who is this Aretha Franklin sounding bitch?" So Barry went to Gladys and said, "I'm going to have to take you off the tour because you're showing up my act." Well, Gladys was like, "Well, I thought I was part of this act." Unfortunately, no, she wasn't. So therefore, she left Motown for Buddha Records. Had a big hit out the gate with Midnight's Train to Georgia. So that was that. They were like second rate acts, like the Spinners. They weren't up there with the Four Tops, the Supremes, the Temptations, Smokey and Stevie, and Marvin. They were like fill-ins. Spinners really didn't have any hits until Stevie wrote It's a Shame. By that time, they were on their way out. That was 1970. 72, they joined Atlantic Records. Tom Bell picked them up and dusted them off and gave them hits for at least 4 to 5 years. So that was that. Anyway, good night, Pat Westbrook. Good night to my sister, who's already probably in bed. And I holla.